Once upon a time, in a sunny forest, there was a little fox that was clever and cunning. Her name was Jockey. The other foxes didn't want to play with Jockey. They whispered. Jockey felt lonely, but Jockey was brave. She decided to go on an adventure to a new place. Jockey found a farm with a kind farmer named Mangali. Mangali was very nice.
Hi, Mangali.
Mangali was surprised that Jockey could talk.
Let's grow yummy food together, Mangali. We can eat fruits and sell the rest and make money.
Mangali was so happy to hear Jockey's plan. So they planted seeds. Mangali worked hard and Jockey watched. They watered the plants. Mangali was happy, but Jockey had a secret plan. The garden grew, but Jockey wasn't being a good friend. She was cunning. One night, Jockey got very hungry. She ate all the yummy food. She didn't share with Mangali. Oh no, Jockey wasn't telling the truth. Seasons and seasons passed away. There were no fruits in the garden. Time went by, but Mangali waited. Jockey made up more stories.
It's not ready yet, silly Mangali. Food doesn't grow in the rain.
One night, Jockey went to the garden again. This time the fruits were ripened. She had a sneaky idea. Jockey brought her old friends, the other foxes. They were excited to see the fruits. The foxes ate and ate and ate. They made a big mess. In the night, the garden was ruined. Jockey didn't feel bad at all. The next day, Mangali came to the garden. He was ready to work. But oh no, all the food was gone. Mangali was very sad. Mangali was smart. He found one little pumpkin and made a plan. Mangali used his tools. He was building something tricky. He made a trap with the pumpkin. It was very clever. Mangali hid the trap in the garden. It looked like a yummy treat. That night, Jockey came back. She was hungry. She saw the pumpkin. Her eyes got big. She wanted to eat it. But oh no, it was a trap. Jockey got caught. Jockey was hurt and sad. She still wanted to teach a lesson to Mangali, but she couldn't move. The sun came up. It was a sad morning for Jockey. Mangali was okay. He learned the biggest lesson to never trust anyone blindly. He planted new seeds and he lived happily ever after. So kids, the moral of the story is, being selfish and cunning is harmful, and also never trust anyone so easily.
In a peaceful village under the setting sun, a loving mother cat lays weakly, her tiny orange kitten snug at her side. The morning sun wakes the little kitten. It wobbles on unsteady paws, searching for its mother, mewing softly but sadly along the village path. The kitten cries with hunger. Villagers pass by, unaware of its need for milk. A playful puppy named Buddy spots the kitten and wonders why it's so sad.
Kitten, oh kitten, why the tears in your eyes, dear?
I'm hungry. I need milk.
Say Bobo like me.
He proudly barks, showing the kitten how he asks for milk. A cheeky monkey hanging from a tree suggests the kitten tries lank lank. In a meadow, the kitten meets a crow, a frog, and a goat, each offering ways to call for food. As the sun sets, the little kitten feels hopeless and curls up sadly under a signpost. Then a wise elder cat appears. The kitten shares its troubles, hoping for guidance.
I'm hungry. I need milk.
The elder cat shows the kitten how to call for milk with a strong meow meow. Feeling more confident, the kitten follows the elder cat to a bright, welcoming cottage. With courage, the kitten meows at the window, catching the attention of a kind mother cat.
Oh, are you hungry, little kitten?
The kitten drinks warm milk, happily meeting its new family. Days pass as the kitten learns to play, pounce, and climb with its new siblings. Finally, the kitten snuggles up with its new family, feeling loved and at home.
Once upon a time, in a small village called Tenali, There lived a clever boy named Ramalingam. He was smart, brave, and always kind. Everyone loved him. One day, a wandering yogi came to the village. He was hungry and tired. Ramalingam's mother gave the yogi a warm meal and fresh water. The yogi was very pleased. "Dear Ramalingam," he said with a warm smile, "you have been kind to me. I will teach you a special mantra. When you chant it at the Kali temple at night, something wonderful will happen." The yogi taught Ramalingam a beautiful mantra. Go to the temple at night. Be brave. Face your fears. Chant this mantra 3 times, and Goddess Kali will appear. That night, Ramalingam walked to the Kali temple. The temple was dark and quiet, but Ramalingam was very brave. He closed his eyes and began to chant, Om, 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 Om. Suddenly, the temple shone with a golden light. Goddess Kali appeared before him. She had 1,000 beautiful faces. Each face was smiling at him. "Wow!" cried Ramalingam with wonder. The goddess spoke gently. "Ramalingam, you are brave and kind. I am pleased with you. I will give you 2 bowls. One has milk inside, which is the symbol of knowledge and wisdom. The other has curd inside, which is the symbol of wealth and happiness. You can choose only 1 bowl, dear boy," said the goddess. But clever Ramalingam had a smart idea. "Goddess," he said with a big smile, "I respect both knowledge and wealth. I want both blessings." Before the goddess could say anything, Ramalingam grabbed both bowls. He drank from the milk bowl and drank from the curd bowl. Delicious," he said happily. The goddess was surprised, but she was also amused by his cleverness and courage. She laughed beautifully. "Oh, Ramalingam, you are very clever indeed. You will be known as Vikatakavi, the humorous poet." From that day on, Ramalingam became famous. He became the court jester of King Krishna-devaraya. The king loved his stories and jokes. Ramalingam made the king laugh every day. Ramalingam lived a happy, successful life because he was brave, clever, and kind. He became the most beloved poet in the kingdom. Courage and cleverness together can win great blessings. When you are brave enough to face your fears and clever enough to think of smart solutions, and you can achieve wonderful things. Both kindness and intelligence are important gifts in life.
Once upon a time, there stood a great old banyan tree. On that tree was a mighty branch. On that branch was a slender twig. And on that twig grew a tiny, tender little leaf, a newborn sprout, fresh and green, just opening its eyes to the world for the very first time. The cool breeze came and gently rocked the little leaf like a cradle. The warm rays of the morning sun kissed it awake. The little leaf looked around in wonder at the beautiful world, the blue sky above, the green earth below, the birds singing, the butterflies dancing. Everything seemed magical and perfect. But as the days passed, the little leaf noticed something troubling. The older leaves around it, the ones that had been green and strong, were slowly changing. Their bright green color was fading, turning to yellow, then to brown. One by one, they were drying up and falling from the tree, drifting sadly to the ground below. The little leaf watched in horror as leaf after leaf let go of its branch and floated away. "What is happening?" cried the little leaf in great distress. "Where are they all going? Why are they turning brown? Will this happen to me too?" The little leaf shared its fear with the twig. The twig told the branch. The branch told the mighty trunk. And the great old tree, wise with the experience of countless seasons, spoke gently to the trembling little leaf. "Dear little one," said the tree, "this is the way of life. Every leaf is born fresh and green in the spring. It grows strong through the summer, providing shade and beauty. But when autumn comes, every leaf must change its color and eventually fall. This is not an ending, it is part of the great circle. The fallen leaves nourish the soil, and from that soil, new leaves will sprout again. You too will live your life fully, provide shade, dance in the wind, and when your time comes, you will gracefully let go. Do not be afraid. Every ending is a new beginning. The little leaf listened with wide eyes. Though it was still afraid, there was comfort in the tree's wise words. It decided to enjoy every single moment, every breeze that made it dance, every raindrop that washed it clean, every ray of sunshine that made it glow. And when the time came, many seasons later, the little leaf turned a beautiful golden color and gently released itself from the twig, floating down in a graceful spiral, joining the earth that had given it life. And from that very spot, the next spring, a new tiny green sprout emerged, fresh, curious, and full of wonder, ready to begin the beautiful cycle all over again.
In a green forest lived a crow named Chandamama. She had shiny black feathers and bright eyes, but Chandamama did not like her own voice. Her voice was loud and harsh, ka, ka, ka. It was not soft and sweet like other birds. One sunny morning, a beautiful cuckoo, a koyal, landed near Chandamama. The koyal began to sing with a honey-like voice. It was so beautiful, everyone stopped to listen. Chandamama listened, her heart aching. Why can't I sing like that? She became very jealous. I want a beautiful voice too, she thought. I will copy the koyal's song. She opened her mouth and tried her very best. But what came out was still ka, ka, ka. All the other birds laughed. Hee hee hee. Chandamama felt ashamed. She flew to a high branch and hid. Just then, a wise old owl, Nayanagaru, appeared. He flew to where Chandamama was hiding. Nayanagaru said gently, "Why are you hiding, dear Chandamama?" Chandamama peeped out sadly. "My voice is not beautiful like the koyals. All the birds laughed at me. I want to be someone else." The kind old owl smiled. "Listen carefully, Chandamama. The koyal has a beautiful voice. Yes, but you have something special. Your voice is strong and loud. It can travel far and wide. That is your special gift." Chandamama listened. Nayanagaru continued, "Your strong voice can warn of danger. When you cry ka, 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 everyone pays attention. That is your beautiful song." The very next day, something wonderful happened. All the birds were sleeping peacefully. Chandamama saw a sneaky cat. It was creeping toward the sleeping birds. Chandamama saw the danger. She flew down quickly and cried, "Ka! Ka!" Her voice was so loud and strong, all the birds woke up. The cat got scared and ran away fast. All the birds thanked her. "Thank you, brave Chandamama. Your strong voice saved us." Chandamama's heart filled with joy. Her voice was special and important. From that day, Chandamama loved her voice, knowing it was brave and wonderful. Once upon a time, in a grand palace, a Nawab loved collecting magical things. One day, a clever craftsman brought a wooden horse. "Your Majesty, this horse can fly," said the craftsman. "Turn the golden key and it will soar through the sky." The Nawab's son, brave Prince Firoz Shah, came running. "Father, may I ride it?" "Of course," the Nawab said, smiling. Firoz Shah turned the key. The horse glowed with a soft light. The bells on its bridle rang. Ding, ding, ding. The wooden wings spread wide, ready for flight. With a whoosh, the horse lifted off and flew into the sky. "I am flying! I am flying!" he shouted with joy. He soared higher and higher, above mountains, rivers, and green forests. After hours of flying, the horse landed gently in a faraway kingdom. It was a beautiful garden filled with fragrant flowers. There, Firoze Shah found a beautiful princess sitting sadly. "Why are you so sad?" he asked gently, his voice kind. "An evil sorcerer keeps me trapped here," said Princess Zahra. "I want to be free from this place." Firoze Shah's heart filled with courage and determination. "Do not fear. I have a magical flying horse with me. We can escape together, far away from here." He helped her onto the horse, and they prepared for flight. They flew into the night sky, stars twinkling brightly above them. Below, thousands of lights twinkled, welcoming them home. The horse descended gracefully and landed safely in the palace courtyard. The Nawab was waiting anxiously, his face full of relief. "My son, you are truly brave. You have saved the princess." Everyone in the courtyard cheered loudly. "Hooray! The prince is a hero!" There was a great celebration throughout the palace. Firoze Shah and Princess Zahra became the best of friends. They shared many adventures and happy times together. Moral: courage and adventure can truly change your destiny. Bravery and kindness are the qualities that make you a true hero. Always be ready to help others in need and never give up on your dreams, no matter how high they fly. Once upon a time, in a small garden, lived a tiny sparrow named Little Sparrow. She was small, but her heart was very, very big. One sunny day, Little Sparrow found something magical, a tiny pumpkin seed. She was so happy. "Oh, what a wonderful seed!" she chirped with joy. She decided to plant the seed in her little corner of the garden. Day after day, Little Sparrow watered it carefully. She sang songs to help it grow. She watched it with love. One day, something amazing happened. A big, beautiful orange pumpkin grew. It was huge. Little Sparrow danced around it. "I did it! I grew a pumpkin!" But then, clip-clop, clip-clop, a big, strong bull came walking. When he saw the pumpkin, he stopped. "That pumpkin is mine!" he said loudly. "I want it. Give it to me." Little Sparrow shook her head. "No, sir. I planted this seed. I watered it. I took care of it. It is my pumpkin." The bull was angry. "You are too small. The pumpkin belongs to the biggest. That is me." He looked very scary. Poor Little Sparrow was afraid. She flew to the Raja's palace. "Your Majesty," she cried, "please help me. I grew a pumpkin, but the bull took it." The Raja looked at the Little Sparrow. Then he looked at the big, strong bull. "The bull is big and strong," said the Raja. "The pumpkin belongs to the bull. Go away, Little Sparrow." Little Sparrow's heart was sad, but she did not give up. She had an idea. She called her friends. A wise wasp came. Busy ants came. A clever frog came. "Friends, I need your help," said Little Sparrow. The little creatures made a plan. The wasp flew to the bull and buzz, buzz, sting. The wasp stung the bull's nose. The bull ran away, crying and dancing. The ants marched, marched, marched into the Raja's palace. They tickled his feet. The Raja jumped and laughed. "Stop, stop! What is happening?" Little Sparrow flew to the Raja. "Your Majesty, do you see? Even small creatures like us have power. We deserve respect and justice." The Raja understood. "You are right, Little Sparrow. You worked hard. You planted the seed. The pumpkin is yours. Everyone cheered. The bull said sorry. The Raja learned that size does not matter. What matters is hard work and kindness. Little Sparrow was very happy. She shared her pumpkin with all the garden creatures. They had a big celebration. Always remember, size does not matter. Kindness and hard work matter most.
Long ago, in a beautiful kingdom in India, lived a special princess. Her name was Rudrama, daughter of King Ganapati Deva of the Kakatiya kingdom. But Rudrama was not like other princesses. They learned to dance, sing, and do needlework. Rudrama wanted to learn something different. She wanted to learn how to be brave. "Father, I want to learn sword fighting," said Rudrama one day. The king was surprised, but smiled at his brave daughter. "Very well," he said. "You shall learn." So Rudrama began her lesson. She learned to hold a sword. She practiced every day. Her sword became part of her. She learned to ride horses, to aim arrows, and to understand the art of war. "You are so brave, my daughter," said King Ganapati Deva proudly. "You are as skilled as any warrior in my kingdom." But one day, terrible news came. Enemy soldiers from the Chola kingdom were attacked. They were coming to take over Rudrama's kingdom. Rudrama put on her armor. She climbed onto her horse. She held her sword high. "Do not worry, father," she said. "I will protect our kingdom." The king looked at his brave daughter. His eyes filled with tears of pride. "Go, my daughter. Show them the strength of our people." Rudrama rode out to the battlefield. Her sword fought against the enemy warriors. The Chola soldiers were very strong and skilled. But Rudrama was braver. She was faster. She was smarter. The soldiers watched in wonder. "Look, the princess is fighting. She is amazing," they cried. With her courage and skill, Rudrama defeated the enemy soldiers. One by one, they retreated. The Chola army ran away. The kingdom was saved. All the soldiers cheered for their princess. Rudrama is the bravest warrior. King Ganapati Deva embraced his daughter with pride. "You have shown the world that courage knows no gender. A princess can be a warrior." The people loved their brave queen. Stories of her bravery spread across the land. Rudrama ruled with courage, wisdom, and kindness. Girls can be warriors and heroes.
Long ago, in a small, bustling town named Porbandar, a very special baby boy was born. His name was Mohandas. This little boy would one day be known by the whole world as Mahatma Gandhi. But in his early years, Mohandas was just a shy and quiet child, often lost in his own thoughts. He wasn't one for much chatter. He preferred to listen intently to the world around him. Even as a young boy, Mohandas spent much time pondering deep questions about what was right and what was wrong. He constantly asked himself, with a thoughtful frown, what is the most truthful thing to do in this situation? One ordinary school day, an extraordinary event took place that would test his budding principles. The esteemed inspector of schools arrived for a visit, causing a ripple of nerves among all the students. The inspector, with a stern but kind gaze, began to ask the children to spell some rather difficult words. Each student held their breath, hoping they wouldn't be chosen for the challenging task. Then, it was little Mohandas's turn. His heart began to beat a rapid rhythm against his ribs. The inspector looked directly at him and pronounced a complex word, asking him to spell it aloud. Mohandas focused his eyes on the letters, trying to recall the correct sequence, but he felt a pang of uncertainty. He was not entirely sure of the spelling. A moment of panic flickered in his young eyes. Just then, a small, hushed voice reached his ear. His teacher leaned in, whispering the correct answer. The teacher, wanting to see his student succeed, was trying to discreetly help him pass the test. Mohandas realized he could easily repeat what his teacher had said.
It would be so simple to just copy the words. But as he considered the easy path, a powerful thought took root in his mind. The importance of truth. He thought about honesty, about doing what was truly right, even when it was difficult. With a sudden resolve, he shook his head slightly. No, he thought, I cannot do that. It is not right to pretend I know the answer when I truly do not know the spelling, he decided. He knew he had to tell the truth, no matter the consequences or how embarrassing it might feel. Mohandas turned his gaze towards the inspector, gathering all his courage for a deep, steady breath. I do not know how to spell this word, he stated clearly and honestly, his voice quiet but firm. His brave confession hung in the air. The inspector looked surprised for a moment, then a gentle smile spread across his face. That is good, boy, the inspector said, nodding approvingly. Honesty is a very important quality. When Mohandas's father Karamchand heard about his son's courageous act, his eyes welled up with tears of immense joy. He pulled his little boy into a warm, tight embrace. I am so very proud of you, my son, he whispered. Always speak the truth, no matter what challenges you face. Truth is the most powerful thing in the world. Young Mohandas never forgot his father's profound words. He grew up with honesty and truth deeply rooted in his heart. He learned that being truthful was far more important than being clever or winning empty praise from others. As Mohandas matured into a man, he became a revered leader, inspiring countless people with his wisdom. He taught everyone that truth and nonviolence were the greatest, most enduring powers in existence. He demonstrated that one does not need weapons to bring about significant change. Only truth, courage, and kindness are required. People affectionately called him Mahatma Gandhi, meaning great soul. He led India to freedom through peaceful protest. All because, as a little boy, he chose to be truthful instead of cheating, showing that honesty truly is the greatest strength.
Once upon a time, there lived a boy named Ramudu. He was the laziest boy in the whole village. Every morning, his mother called, Ramudu, wake up, beta, time for school. But Ramudu would hide under his blanket. Mama, I'm so sleepy. His father, Sri Ramachandra Murthy, was strict. Why waste time sleeping? Other boys are studying, he scolded. At school, while everyone worked, Ramudu daydreamed about butterflies and cricket. One day, his teacher caught him staring out the window. Ramudu! What is the answer? Ramudu jumped up, startled. Is it 10? Everyone giggled. The answer was 25. That evening, his father asked, If you don't study, what will you become? What will you do? Ramudu had no answer. He felt very sad. Days passed. Ramudu made excuses. The sun is too bright for studying. The wind is too noisy. But one day, Ramudu saw his father looking at old photographs sadly. I had such big dreams for him, his father said to a visitor. I wanted him to become a doctor. But now, Ramudu's eyes filled with tears. His father was sad because of him. That night, Ramudu made a brave decision. I will study hard. I will make my parents proud. The very next morning, he woke up early all by himself. He sat with his books and studied carefully. No more excuses. No more daydreaming. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Ramudu studied so hard. Finally came the school examination results. When his teacher announced, Ramudu got 90 marks, the whole class cheered. His father's eyes filled with happy tears. His mother made his favorite sweet dish, kheer, and hugged him so tight. Ramudu, his father said warmly, I am so proud of you. You learned the most important lesson. Hard work brings wonderful rewards. Ramudu smiled. He finally understood. Studying wasn't boring at all. It was like opening doors to adventures. Science showed him how the world works. Stories taught him about heroes. Math helped him solve problems. And from that day on, Bandaramudu became the best student in school. Hard work and studying may seem boring, but they open doors to a wonderful future. Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village, lived two very different best friends. Their names were Bhairav and Aile, and their bond was as strong as any. Bhairav was known throughout the village for his incredible bravery. He feared absolutely nothing. He would often explore the wildest parts of the forest without a second thought. Aile, on the other hand, was remarkably timid. He was easily startled by almost everything. Shadows dancing in the moonlight, sudden loud noises, and even the village's biggest dogs made him jump. One quiet evening, as the sun began to set, several villagers gathered near the old well. They were exchanging stories and gossip, their voices hushed and curious. An old woman, her eyes wide with a mysterious glint, leaned in conspiratorially. "Did you know?" she whispered. "There are terrifying demons living deep within the dark forest near our village." A collective gasp rippled through the small crowd. "Demons!" they whispered, their faces paling. But Bhairav, who had been listening intently, showed no fear. Instead, a spark of excitement lit his eyes. "Come on, Aile," Bhairav exclaimed, a thrill in his voice. "Let's go see these demons for ourselves," he continued. "It will be the most incredible adventure we've ever had." Aile's face instantly turned a ghostly white, his eyes wide with terror. "No way," he stammered, shaking his head vigorously. "Absolutely not. Demons are truly scary." He imagined them vividly, adding, "They have enormous, sharp teeth and long, menacing claws." But Bhairav, ever the adventurer, kept insisting, a playful grin on his face. "Don't be silly, Aile," he cajoled. "We'll face them together. We will be brave. Come on, it will be fun." After much convincing, Aile reluctantly agreed, his heart pounding like a drum. He was so incredibly nervous that his knees began to shake uncontrollably with each step. The two friends, one brave and one trembling, ventured into the shadowy depths of the dark forest. The ancient trees loomed tall and menacing, their branches twisting like gnarled fingers against the twilight sky. Everywhere Aile looked, eerie shadows danced and stretched, transforming familiar shapes into monstrous figures. Suddenly, a piercing, unearthly sound echoed through the trees. "Ah!" Aile shrieked, jumping several feet in the air, and instinctively grabbed onto Bhairav's arm, holding on tightly. "Did you hear that, Bhairav?" Aile whispered, his voice trembling. "The demons are definitely coming for us." But Bhairav, remarkably calm amidst the fear, gently squeezed Aile's hand. "Let's keep going, Aile," he urged. "We must be brave and find out the truth behind these sounds." They pressed on, walking deeper and deeper into the mysterious heart of the forest. As they advanced, the strange sounds grew louder and more distinct, filling the night air. Now they heard a rhythmic, hooting noise. "Ooh, woo, woo!" Aile was shaking so violently that he could barely put one foot in front of the other. Bhairav, sensing his friend's overwhelming fear, held his hand firmly, offering reassurance. "I'm right here with you, Aile," Bhairav said softly. "Don't worry. We'll face whatever comes together." Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they emerged into a small, moonlit clearing. And there, bathed in the soft glow of the moon, they witnessed the most amazing and unexpected sight. The scary demons, that had terrified the villagers were actually a lively family of monkeys. Large, playful monkeys were swinging from branches and chasing each other with joyful abandon. Tiny baby monkeys clung to their mothers, playfully climbing up and down the sturdy tree trunks. The loud, frightening sounds they had heard were nothing more than the monkeys' playful chatter and calls, and the scary shadows that Isla had imagined to be lurking demons. They were simply the trees swaying gently in the evening breeze. Isle's overwhelming fear instantly transformed into pure, unadulterated joy and relief. He burst into laughter, a sound of pure delight echoing through the quiet clearing. Just then, a wise old woman, her face kind and serene, appeared from the shadows. It was Rasani, the respected forest keeper, known for her deep understanding of nature. She offered them a gentle, knowing smile. "Hello, little ones," she greeted them warmly. "I see you have bravely discovered our wonderful forest friends, the playful monkeys." Rasani's voice was soft but firm as she shared a profound truth. "The biggest demons are not found in the forest, my dears. The biggest demons live within our own minds," she explained. "Fear has a way of making small, harmless things appear big and terrifying." Bhairav and I listened intently, nodding their heads in thoughtful agreement. Rasani continued, her wisdom shining through. "When you face your fears bravely, you often discover there was nothing to be afraid of at all." The two friends carried this important lesson in their hearts as they left the forest that night. They returned to their village, no longer burdened by the fear of imaginary demons. From that day forward, whenever Isla felt a pang of fear, he would remember the monkeys. He remembered that fear was often just a trick of his imagination, a shadow in his mind. And with that powerful realization, he would find the courage to become brave. Bhairav and Isle's friendship, forged in adventure and understanding, grew even stronger. They learned that facing fears bravely reveals there was nothing to be afraid of. And that is the bravest thing of all. Once upon a time, nestled deep within a big, beautiful forest, lived a clever fox named Chiku. Chiku was known for his vibrant orange fur, sparkling bright eyes, and a long, wonderfully fluffy tail. He often roamed the forest, always looking for something interesting or someone new to meet. One sunny afternoon, Chiku encountered a friendly mongoose named Mangari near a bubbling stream. Mangari was quite strong, incredibly quick, and possessed a very kind heart, always willing to help. "Hello, Mangari," Chiku exclaimed with a wide, charming smile, his tail wagging gently. He continued, his voice sweet. "Would you perhaps like to be my friend and explore the forest together?" "Oh, yes, I would absolutely love that," Mangari replied happily, his eyes gleaming with joy. Mangari added, full of enthusiasm, "Let's be the very best of friends and share many adventures." However, Chiku was not being entirely honest in his invitation. He secretly planned to trick Mangari later. His true intention was to use Mangari's kindness for his own selfish gain, a mischievous glint in his eye. One evening, Chiku suggested, "Mangari, let's sneak into the nearby village tonight and find some delicious food." Mangari, trusting his new friend completely, readily agreed, saying, "Okay, my friend, that sounds like a grand idea." As they approached the village, Chiku suddenly let out a loud, frightening yelp, startling Mangari. Mangari, scared by the unexpected noise, quickly ran away, leaving Chiku alone to raid the village. Chiku then greedily ate all the food he could find, enjoying every bite by himself, feeling very pleased. Ha ha ha! Chiku laughed meanly to himself, pleased with his clever trick and full stomach. The very next day, Chiku proposed another outing. Mangari, let's go hunting in the afternoon for a big meal. Again, Mangari, despite the previous incident, chose to trust Chiku, hoping for a fair partnership this time. They hunted together diligently and soon managed to catch a plump deer, a successful hunt for both. But when it came time to share, Chiku, without hesitation, took the largest and choicest piece for himself. He left only the tiniest, most meagre scrap of meat for poor Mangari, who watched with growing disappointment. Mangari felt a deep pang of sadness and hunger, realizing he had been tricked once more by his friend. "This is truly not fair at all," Mangari finally exclaimed, his voice filled with hurt and frustration. He continued, looking directly at Chiku. "You always trick me, and that means you are not a true friend." Chiku, however, simply laughed and laughed, finding Mangari's distress amusing, showing no remorse. But as fate would have it, one day, Chiku's endless tricks and cunning ways finally caught up with him. He stumbled into a hidden hunter's trap, getting painfully stuck between two sturdy trees, unable to move. Chiku cried out desperately, his voice echoing through the forest. "Help me! Please, someone help me!" Mangari, passing by, heard Chiku's cries for help and slowly approached the trapped fox. He looked at Chiku, who was struggling and whimpering, but then turned and began to walk away slowly. "I cannot help someone who was never honest or fair with me," Mangari said sadly, his heart heavy. Chiku learned a harsh lesson that day, realizing too late that tricks can never build real, lasting friendship. A true friend is someone who demonstrates honesty, shows kindness, and always treats you with fairness. Genuine friendship blossoms from trust and honesty, not from cunning schemes or selfish acts. When you are honest and kind, you will surely find real friends who will always be there to support you.